Welcome to Wilder Days podcast. Where are we today, Catherine?
Hi, John. We are in Flagstaff, Arizona at the Hilton Gardens.
We're truly overlanding.
We are in the hotel, and it's awesome.
Some creature comforts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're here for Overland Expo. Truck goes into the Rigid booth tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a big weekend. Are you excited?
Yeah, it should be cool. I'm excited to do some podcasts, the other Ourlander podcasts with people during the show, and then get to hang out. I don't really have any work that I would have to do at Expo, so I get to. I'm gonna go to some classes and I don't know, try to enjoy it as a visitor.
Are you gonna go to the doing yoga on your rig class?
No,
because I'd go with you to that one.
Yeah, we do have a unused yoga mat sitting in the truck.
We do. It's shameful, but we don't. You know what I realized? Maybe if we had two, we would do it together.
Yeah,
just one is not.
They're expensive.
Yeah. They had some interesting classes.
Yeah.
I was going through, and there was one about like basically overlanding in relationships and like how to get through hard times.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm like,
marriage counseling.
Basically, should we go?
No.
We're okay.
I think so.
Month in, we're still good.
Give it a couple more months. Yeah, they have some good classes. I mean, they really cover everything. So yeah, there's something for everyone, which is really cool. So,
yes. Yeah.
But what are we talking about today?
Oh my God. Well, the last time we were talking about planning to plan, right? And like since then, we really kicked it into high gear.
Yeah.
And it's been awesome.
Yeah, we planned out some hikes and some things to do at certain times, some sunset hangs and exploration. And that worked out really well.
It's been like an instant, I see like an instant mood shift for you when you get to like be outside and like bring your camera and stuff, you know, when there's like no pressure and you can just.
Yeah. I think it's reflected just in Instagram alone. The change has been drastic. I think it's been like 12 posts or something like that without a truck in it. So, and today I, day of recording this, posted a shot of this. We woke up at 3 a.m. to go to a hike.
Yeah.
And it wasn't easy. Like the hike sucked, and there's people there and stuff like that, but it was still really cool. It was worth it, I think, in the end. It's just like,
oh my God, the photo is so cool.
In the moment, it doesn't feel that way, I think. But
so just for context, we went to the Devil's Bridge, which is one of the most popular hikes in Sedona. And we had read online that even if it's a weekday, for sunrise, be prepared for people to be there.
Yeah,
and they were not kidding. We rolled up to probably 10 people there already. Before.
Roughly 10 people, including us.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time, and we did make it before sunrise, like over in the sunrise for the area. And by the time we were like, it was a little bit later, that actually was double the amount of people. So yeah, it's pretty busy hike, and the hike isn't like that last half mile is like pretty tough. Like I would say, it's a lot of elevation gain, and it's a lot of scrambling and stuff. You know.
Yeah, there was some scrambling. I really enjoyed it. I realized, and this might be a discrepancy with us, but I think I really like hiking.
Yeah.
And probably way more than you do. But I think a part of it too is just having the right stuff. Like you were in heavy clothing, heavy pants.
I definitely wore the wrong clothes and brought too much gear. Yeah. I brought 2 cameras when I didn't need to.
Yes, yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Not but we'll learn from that and apply it to the next thing, you know.
Totally. I really loved Sedona. I think we had been warned that it was going to be really crowded. Touristy. That there'd be traffic. I don't think I expected it to be as bad as it was.
Yeah.
And I mean, understandably so. The locals there were really not very welcoming.
No. Especially at the dog park.
Yeah. Of course, we were
Grumpy old man.
Go to the dog park every chance we get for Shadow. And it's just, the vibes were weird. And then at one visit, a lady basically straight up told us that, people don't like tourists, that they had, I think, 2 million people go through Sedona, something crazy. In this tiny town. So I'm kind of I loved being there. I definitely have earmarked things that I want to do when we go back.
Yeah.
One day, but I'm so happy to be moving on because it just it was kind of a weird vibe.
Yeah, it's just
and
touristy.
Hectic.
Yeah.
There's this amazing pizza place, and
we went
really
good.
Twice to try to get in because
the
wait was crazy.
It was super busy.
Or a lot of the places you couldn't get parking, or so it just it's just kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think to me Sedona has always been a touristy place. But the town doesn't feel like it's set up for it. It's almost I don't know, just logistically, it doesn't. There's no parking, not easy parking lots. There's, you know what I mean? It's street parking, and and then the camping. It's there's only 3 or 4 campgrounds, within the city limits, I think, and then. Free camping wise, there's only one area for the most part where we were, and there's it's when it's summer it's hot. So anyways, but yeah, I don't know, it's just a weird town, but there's definitely some really cool stuff once you start exploring the water and trees and stuff. Super cool.
Yeah, no, it's really I mean, you see why people want to come.
Definitely didn't feel like I was in a vortex though.
Yeah, I think I maybe felt the vortex negatively.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't. And we went to a coffee shop and they had Vortex Water for $50.
Yeah, some ultimate tourist trap.
You think I'm fascinated. I would like to learn more about it. I don't know, but
tourist water, Vortex water.
But it wasn't water from Sedona. It was Vortex Water from Hawaii.
Yeah, they
shipped it in. It's so funny.
I don't know. I can't really subscribe to that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's it's a pretty awesome place. It's just maybe in the winter it'd be a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe not because more people will go because it's not as hot. But either way,
they get snow there, don't they?
I'm not really sure.
A little bit. I think they might.
I know Flagstaff does, but
well, I'm excited, and if anyone's listening to this that hasn't subscribed to the newsletter, I think the next one's going to be
all about Sedona.
Like a Sedona kind of like travel guide, some of our favorite places that we wanted to go to, but didn't because time or crowds or whatever. But I think we want to go back kind of armed with some of this info and hit more hikes next time.
Yeah, and we'll probably really concentrate on the beginning and end of day time because if it's hot out, it's just not very enjoyable. At least not for me.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, yeah. Sedona. We already got rid of some stuff like in the last week a little bit, but then now being in the hotel and like being able to clean and all that stuff, I feel like
it's going
we're
down.
We're finding more and more stuff that we need to get rid of.
Yeah.
I mean, you really do need to go like bare minimum and maybe rebuild up because you only have so much space, and we're taking a lot of stuff and putting it into a small place. But if you started with like your bare essentials and then you built out from there, I think it'd be easier.
What's crazy about it is I think we did think that we were doing bare essentials more or less. I did. I think the more you are in there, the more you realize what makes the cut as an essential gets a little more stringent because there's a lot of stuff that's like this is not getting used at all. Yeah.
I think I have just like way too many socks and underwear. You know? I'm talking like 2 weeks worth when I only need a week.
What's funny to me
what?
is that this podcast is called Wilder Days. Like we're supposed to be doing wild things and we're talking about socks right now.
Yeah.
No, but that's kind of what's going on. That's what's going on. So
yeah.
Sorry.
We're not
being very wild.
We're not so wild right now.
Yeah. You have too many socks.
Too many socks and not enough wild. But yeah, I don't know. I think we're still trying to get used to it, to be honest with you.
This is true.
And it's crazy because it's been a month.
Well, it's a big change.
Yeah.
So
I think I really underestimated the difference in lifestyle that it would be.
Yes, yeah, I did too. And it's funny the Molly Mish, you were interviewing them, and I was like chit-chatting with them beforehand, and I was like, wow, we really didn't understand how like time-consuming and taxing the day-to-day stuff would be. And he was like, oh yeah, he's like, you don't realize things that you take for granted in a house, like just having water or where to throw your trash or whatever. Yeah. It's already there, whereas that would be like a whole day of errands for us. Do you know what I mean? Doing all that stuff. So I don't think it's just us. I think it's just like, that's a new reality that we didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense because it's like nothing is available. You have to make it available in the truck. So yeah, I think that it's just going to take more time. And I'm grateful that we have this hotel room for 5 days or whatever.
Yeah.
Because, Expo's going to happen and then probably going to try to, like, one thing is like the Starlink dish needs like a home and it needs some kind of like bin or storage container. And I'm really hoping to find something at Expo that will solve that. So it's at least like, easily, transportable. Maybe something like a Pelican case, but obviously not as like, durable, just something more simple.
Yeah.
But, because we can't really the other thing too is we're doing the shit shuffle basically with everything, but we did find some cool stuff like organizers at Target that will help keep things in place, and
yeah, totally. I know there's this real like love-hate with the stuff that you have in the camper, because you need it, but then you're annoyed because you have too much stuff, and
it's constantly moving it around is what annoys me, I think, the most.
It's funny too, like to pull it out to a bigger view, and like, we're going to this expo that I think a lot of people maybe don't understand or appreciate because it's so focused on stuff.
Yeah.
And there is this like push-pull between like being mindful and minimal and being people that love the outdoors and want to be outside, and then the stuff that you need to do that in a way that is sustainable, but not sustainable for the environment, sustainable for us like staying out.
Yeah.
And that balance between like how much stuff do you really need. And I do think as we go on, we will continue to get rid of more and more stuff.
Yeah.
Because I see that trend. Even Molly Mish was saying they started out in a bigger rig, had more kids, and went to a smaller rig.
Yeah.
So I think the more you do it, the more you realize how much you don't need.
Yeah.
And the freedom of like getting rid of the stuff outweighs whatever like comfort or whatever you thought you needed it for. I don't know. It's interesting. And then it's hard too, because we like expo, there's like the big expedition trucks are all over Flagstaff right now.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, it's so cool, like we want one. And then we were like, well, where can you go in one of those?
Yeah. That's the difficult part. So it's a trade-off. I mean, you're gonna basically trade for a bigger rig, but you're gonna trade out all like the like the accessibility of things. Like you can't just park that on the street. You just can't. You got to park it in a bigger parking lot.
Yeah, it's like a souped up RV.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So for the most part, you look at it as an RV and not like what I have or even smaller. You do gain like the more home type feeling and space and all that, and I think there's definitely something to that. But again, you're trading it off. You're not doing like crazy trails or like anything like with a lot of trees or it's just limiting. It's like we saw one today drive by, and our truck is substantially bigger than most trucks on the road, with height and width and stuff, and then you're talking like 3-4 feet taller.
Yeah, they're big.
Foot or two wider. That's like a full. It's a big truck.
They're really popular, like in Australia and stuff. Like I could see,
like where there's like
a lot of trees and just like barreling over the landscape. Like,
yeah, I think they're really popular for staying out west or like going to Mexico or whatever. Like, there's not much obstruction.
They're really cool, and
but
some
they
of
are
them
really
have
cool.
the like back. What are those patios?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
So there's and we have some ideas. Like if we did swap out, we have some ideas, but it'll be interesting to go into the show too and seeing these, and like because we went last year without being on the road, and then now we're going to see it while being on the road. Maybe we'll be looking at it differently.
Yeah. I'm actually very excited to go this time.
Yeah, and taking note of how people organize and
yeah,
you know what I mean?
It all becomes way more relevant, doesn't it?
Yeah. Or even like really just like talking to more people.
Yeah.
I feel like we didn't really talk to many people last year.
Oh yeah, I know. I holed myself up in the hotel room. I was not very social, but
and I was working that last year too. So, this year we both are going to be present, and then also try to interact, I think, more.
Yeah.
'Cause that's something that I've been trying to do, but being an introvert and all, it's hard though. Hard to be outgoing.
I know you were sleeping today, and I think in preparation for
Oh yeah,
energy.
Yeah, extroverts suck out my energy. It's crazy. I'm not a very high energy person anyways, so
yeah, right.
It doesn't take very much. I want to be sleeping in the camper.
You totally could just do like a power nap, make a coffee, and
close all the shades. No one will ever know.
Yeah.
Lock the door.
Hideaway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say I love the camper.
Yeah.
He did a really good job with everything.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad for our first truck. Like, yeah, it's nice. Like, not everyone gets the luxury of like having something like that.
No, it's awesome. I think it's beautiful. I love. I'm obsessed with the boxes on the outside. I don't know. I think you did a really good job.
Yeah.
So
it's working out.
I'm a happy camper.
Oh.
Yeah.
Get you one of those plaques that go on the kitchen. Happy campers.
Thank you.
But yeah, I think we'll definitely be taking notes this year and just applying it where we can. I don't know.
Should we end early and do another part of this, like at the end of the expo, like a expo update?
Expo update. Well, yeah. So I was gonna end this one short with the highs and lows.
Cool.
And then we'll follow up the week after and see how expo went.
Okay.
How about that?
Stretch it out.
Okay.
All
right. So what's your highs and lows for the week?
Oh man. I'm trying to think back. I just had a amazing time on all those hikes. I cannot get over how beautiful it is in some of these places. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
I think the West Fork hike?
Yeah, West something like that. West Fork something.
Yeah, that was really special. There was like this creek and then these massive red walk. I told you that was like a speech impediment I had as a kid. Everything was red rock. These red rock walls that are just like, towering over you, and it just, I had so much fun with you and Shadow. So I'll say that's
not many people on that hike too. And we went right at sunset. Not a
popular one. Yeah. So. Well, actually, no, I think it is fairly well known.
But something we noticed was like everything says it's closed or gates are closed or campgrounds are full when they're not. It's like really weird.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to park people are just over it.
Yeah. Anyways, what about a low?
What's a low? My low. Can I just have two highs?
Sure.
Okay. It felt so good to clean out the camper. Oh, also, no, 3 highs. We saw Mountain, the homeless guy, in Sedona and Flagstaff.
Oh.
That was really fun. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a neighbor at the campsite that was homeless, but someone must have bought him a campsite for a few nights, and he was gone one morning, and we saw him today up here.
And he
said hello.
He was waving at us because he recognized the car. It was really cute.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you?
My high is just being able to take more photos. Like, that's just not like repetitive, you know?
You're so good too. The more I do photos, the more I'm annoyed at how good you are.
Well,
you're very good.
Been doing it for a minute.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like you didn't know me before like the truck stuff. So this is like back to, you know, this is like early wheelhouse stuff here. You know? Mm-hmm. So it's like you get to relive that kind of like lifestyle in a way where I was like traveling and shooting landscapes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Lowe's, I don't know. I think it's just like, for me, my lows is I feel like my energy levels are just so low sometimes, and I'm just like get really frustrated with it. Mm. So I don't know how to change that. Maybe more exercise. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. That's basically it. So
okay.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
Ooh, we shouldn't do these at night because I'm getting tired, and it's probably people are like, this guy has no energy.
He's on the low end of the low end. I'm sorry, I'm not high, man. You can't talk about truck stuff with me.
It's okay. We have a whole weekend of that.
I know.
Anyways, so stay tuned for next week. We'll give you an update of after Expo and our thoughts and, you know.
What we learned.
Yeah, I guess what we learned.
Yeah. Who we met.
Yeah. So maybe we'll do some podcasts with other people for Wilder Days.
We should. That would be so fun.
Yeah.
I've actually been dying to do that. Not that I don't love to talk to you, but I have a bazillion questions for other travelers that
maybe we can wrangle some people up.
Let's wrangle them.
All right. Stay tuned for next week.
Okay. Love you.
Bye.
Oops. Why did I say love you?
All right. Yeah, good night.